Linux Mint 22.3 is out, and a lot of people ask the same question. Are the web browsers we rely on, Firefox and Chromium, actually ready for the Wayland future? Today I'll show you what I tested, the results, and what it means for everyday users. Why this matters? Wayland is the modern display protocol for Linux. Compared to X11, it brings better security and smoother compositing, but apps need native Wayland support to get the most out of it. Browsers are the apps most of us live in all day, so their Wayland behavior directly affects battery life, video, scaling, and input reliability. What Mint 22.3 ships? Linux Mint 22.3 builds on the Xena series with updated software and desktop refinements. As always, Mint aims for a comfortable, stable desktop experience, but how it packages and updates browsers is a part of that strategy. Test plan. I tested. Out-of-the-box launch experience on Wayland sessions, GPU acceleration, video playback and hardware offload, fractional scaling behavior, extensions and feature parity, WebRTC DRM Netflix, input reliability, keyboard, IME, copy-paste, and update behavior, packaging quirks. Firefox, the current state. Firefox has steadily improved its Wayland support. Recent Firefox development focuses include native Wayland rendering and better fractional scaling on Wayland compositors. Many improvements land upstream in releases, and users can also force Wayland with the Moznable Wayland 1 flag if needed while distributions catch up. Takeaway: Firefox on Wayland is becoming robust. Fractional scaling and smoother rendering are being shipped in upstream releases, but behavior can depend on the distribution's packaged Firefox build and version. Chromium native Wayland progress. Chromium's Wayland support has been under active development for years, the Ozone Wayland effort. It's improved significantly, but native Wayland support isn't always the default across every build or packaging format, and some distributions or Flatpak builds have encountered regressions or platform-specific bugs. Takeaway: Chromium's Wayland path is mature in many builds, but you'll want to double-check your distro's build or try a dedicated Wayland build if you depend on flawless native behavior. Mint's packaging and update story. Packaging matters. Ubuntu moved to a Firefox Snap package for some releases, which changed how updates are delivered and caused community discussion. Mint traditionally prefers to manage its own updates via Mint sources and repositories, so differences in how Firefox is packaged, Snap versus Deb versus distro managed, will affect how quickly Wayland fixes land for Mint users. Real-world issues I encountered. During testing, I saw occasional edge problems reported by other Mint users too. For example, reports of keyboard input issues in Chromium builds on Mint 22.3. That doesn't mean every user will see them, but it's a reminder that compositor plus browser plus packaging interactions can produce flaky results. Side-by-side comparison. Launch speed and memory, notes, video playback, how much DRM, Widevine. Both browsers handle streaming when hardware acceleration is enabled, but exact codec and VA API behavior varies by GPU driver and build. Scaling and fractional scaling. Firefox has landed key Wayland improvements. Chromium's behavior depends on whether Ozone Wayland is enabled. Practical recommendations. 1. If you want the cleanest Wayland experience on Mint, test both browsers yourself in a Wayland session. 2. Try Moznable Wayland 1 Firefox if you see Flickr, temporary, and check which Firefox version Mint provides. Newer upstream versions may have fixes. 3. For Chromium, prefer distro builds that explicitly enable Ozone.Wayland or try a build known to support Wayland if you need native behavior. 4. Keep an eye on Mint's update channels. Mint manages its own browser updates and may lag behind upstream in some cases, but it also avoids distributing packages in a format, e.g., a snap, that some users dislike. Final verdict. Is Linux Mint 22.3 ready for Wayland browsers? The short answer: it's close. Firefox has made concrete Wayland improvements upstream, and Chromium's Wayland support is much better than it was 2 years ago. But the real-world experience on Mint depends on the exact browser build, compositor version, GPU driver, and packaging format, so expect mostly good results, but be prepared to tweak settings or use alternative builds if you hit edge bugs. Try the tests I showed, drop your results in the comments, and I'll pin the best troubleshooting tips. If you want a follow-up video, I'll cover how to enable hardware acceleration and debug Wayland problems step by step. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell. And if you found this useful, share it with the Mint community.